Every night is the Rangers Journal night.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you are watching this. My name is Doug. You're watching the Rangers Journal, and this is the Lowdown, your up-to-date and bite-sized chunk of information upon our upcoming opponents, which tomorrow will be Fraserburgh in the Scottish Cup. Highland League outfit have done well and got themselves into the fourth round again, after having done so in 2018, where they faced none other than Rangers Football Club. Just before we get into the nitty-gritty and normal stuff that we do today, we've got some big news. Rangers have finally waded into the transfer market and got themselves someone in through the door, and it is indeed a centre-back, which is the position I think most people have been looking for and hoping we would get, given the troubles we've been having with injuries and in some cases form as well. So it is a loan signing with an option to buy. It is Rafael Fernandes, who's a 22-year-old centre-back. He's Portuguese, and we've signed him from LOSC Lille. You can see a couple of basic traits there for him from FotMob in terms of percentage, abilities above peers of his in similar positions in similar leagues. He's not too bad, sort of middling defensive actions, good with aerial duels won, creates a couple of chances as well, but doesn't really weigh in with many goals it seems at the moment, but obviously as a young player, and one who I think will be obviously looking to see how he gets on in the remaining months of the season, and if there's a developable player there, then we've got that option there to potentially bring him in. I'm not sure whether his registration or his work permit will be sorted in time for him to make an appearance tomorrow, so we'll probably maybe see him in the stands for that game. He won't be eligible, obviously, for the European game against Manchester United, so it's probably likely that the first time we get to see Fernandes, if he's going to play, will be against Dundee United in our next league match. So welcome to Rangers, Rafael, and hopefully we can see good things from him in the coming months. Okay, so let's have a look into the upcoming game. We've got our current form for the two teams here. Rangers, obviously, 3 wins in the last 5 and 2 draws, coming against Dundee and Hibernian. Just had a good game against Aberdeen. With a lot of decent play, made some good chances, but right up until the death, we were having one of those typical games where we just couldn't finish our chances off. It was a bit of a game where you sat there worrying, is this going to be a sucker punch match where Aberdeen get an equaliser near the end? But thankfully, although there was 7 minutes of added time, it was us that made that tell by adding a quick fire double to make the result seem like it was more comfortable than it was. Fraserburgh, in terms of their last 5, they've got 3 wins, a draw and 1 loss. Their 1 loss coming to Rangers B team. So we may well see a few of the B team players in this match, as Clement will no doubt bring the changes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens from that. And was there an indication of Fraserburgh's level in terms of how we can expect to go into the game? Our head-to-head, we did, as I say, meet them in January of 2018 in the same competition, where we came out 3-0 winners. In terms of our league positions, Rangers obviously sitting in second, having played 23, 47 points. Fraserburgh are competing in the Highland League. They usually tend to be a sort of a top end of the table side, but they are having a bit of poor form this season, so they're currently sitting in 9th at the moment, played 19 with 7 wins and sitting on 30 points in their league currently. So what can you expect to see from Fraserburgh when we play? We tend to play a general sort of classic 4-4-2 style. It's sort of a typical Scottish sort of style of play in the sort of lower leagues, obviously. Say they play the 4-4-2, but we could see them change that up obviously for the game again at Ibrox. They may choose to go more defensive and to try and solidify the back line, keep themselves in the game. But we'll see how that goes. They've got a fairly direct style of play. They'll tend to come straight from back to front, and they'll try and utilise the wings and win second balls, play to their target men, and again a fairly traditional style of football that they make quite effective. And they are a hard-working side. They've got a lot of experienced players who've played for a long time at various levels. And they're not likely to give up easily during the game. They'll give it their all and try to obviously put on the best game that they can for a match that will be meaningful to a few of them. A few of their players are on the slightly older side now, so this is likely to be the last time that they'll have an opportunity to play a Premier League team. So I'm sure they'll go out and be looking to make the absolute best of it. And obviously for them, hoping to make an upset. They're currently, say, on a 11 game, sorry, not an 11 game unbeaten run. They've 10 out of 11 games unbeaten, apart from that match against Rangers B. Their danger men have highlighted their striker Scott Barber. Again, a very experienced player, played for Fraserburgh for a number of years now. He's currently got 13 league goals, and he's got 3 assists in cup competitions. I'm not entirely sure about Highland League assists. I wasn't able to find any numbers for them, but he does have 3 assists in cup competitions, and has the 13 goals. He started 26 matches and had 1 appearance off the bench, and he is in fact Fraserburgh's record all-time goal scorer with 270 goals. He's a classic striker, combative. He'll look to make a nuisance of himself. Win those direct high balls, and to say hopefully, and no doubt will be hoping to get himself on the score sheet in the match tomorrow. In terms of what we play, I think it's a little bit more difficult to figure out, as Clermont is likely to ring the changes, given the both the fact that we've got the Man United match coming up next, and the fact obviously the opposition level gives him the opportunity to play some potentially reserve players. The team I've gone with here is keeping obviously Kelly in defence, in goal, as Butland is still injured. I'm going with NCR continuing. He's been playing well. He can't play against Man United, so I might as well just continue to give him minutes in this game. I'm bringing Balogun back in. Obviously, Proper had a little bit of a knock in the previous game, so I think just rest him, make sure that we keep him fit for the Man United game. And then Balogun needs some more minutes to also play that game. Maybe take the opportunity to rest Yefty, play Yilmaz, and then on the right hand side, bring Tavernier back in again to get the minutes into his legs so that he's a bit fit and available for the Man United match. In the centre, we can bring Connor Barron in. He's obviously not been playing as often, so bring him back in to sort of be the main man in the midfield. And then this is the perfect game to give Bailey Rice the opportunity to play. So I've put him into the match as well. Again, the forward line is the same, giving players opportunities because we've got the chance to. Hadji is obviously not in the European squad, so we can continue to play him. He's played with some of the youngsters when he's played in the B team, so there's a bit of a pre-existing relationship there for any of the younger players that Clermont does decide to bring in. I've brought in Lovelace and McCausland to play on the wings, and I've put them on the opposite sides to what you might think we would to allow for that inverted winger attack that Clermont quite likes to do. And then finally bring Dessers back in to rest Egerman for the European game. Again, Egerman has been our best player by a long distance. He's a player that we'll need against United if we're going to try and get anything out of that game. So we, again, can rest him. Dessers should be, more than capable against the level of side that we're playing in the game. In terms of injuries in the squad detail, Butland, Sterling, Lawrence, Cortez and Danilo are all still out injured, believed to be shorter term. and should hopefully be coming back in the coming weeks. Sir is still out in long-term enrollment, probably into February before we see him. And then we've also got new signing Fernandez, who, as I say, I don't think will be able to play in this game, so it'll be coming too quickly. But we should see probably for the Dundee United game, as he obviously will be eligible for Europe. So in terms of the Rangers game changer, I'm going to give the game changer for this match to Clinton Nsiala. As I say, this is a perfect game for him to continue to gain minutes in, and I think he can make a good show of himself in this game. Defensively, he should be up to the task, but he will get no doubt a test, certainly physically, from the Highland League side. So it's a chance for him to continue to show his defensive abilities, and then perhaps with his passing, he'll be able to help us in terms of breaking through what will probably no doubt be a stubborn defence. So he can help us break that down with the passing that he demonstrated in the Aberdeen game. No goals yet, but that really good assist for Balogun in the Aberdeen game. 3 appearances and 3 starts, so this could make 4 for him. An excellent pass accuracy of 93%, although you do tend to get inflated pass accuracies for defenders. He's won 100% of his tackles thus far and created 2 chances with a couple of interceptions and recoveries. So, as I say, he's sort of the player of the moment. He's come in, played really well, again showing bright potential, which is something that excites any Rangers fan to see an exciting youngster coming through the ranks. So hopefully he can continue to build on that, as that will give us more options for the start of next season. If he's come through and established himself in the first team in the coming months, then that's, as I say, someone who can come in and take a position and maybe means we can, as I say, focus a little bit of time, energy and money elsewhere if there's one less defender we need to bring in because we've brought one through. So that's our lowdown for the game against Fraserburgh. As I say, this is a game we should obviously be looking to win comfortably, given the gap between the teams. Fraserburgh will obviously come and give it their best try, and obviously upsets can happen in games like this. So we have to go and give them the respect that they deserve. They've obviously earned their right to be in the game and to face Rangers for the teams that they've fought and beaten. So Rangers just need to go in, show them the required respect, but at the same time, be professional and go and win the game, get it sorted, get it done early so that we can just be comfortable. And nobody needs to do anything silly in advance of the games to come. Obviously, with injuries and things, we need to make sure that everyone stays fit. So that should hopefully be, let's see what we get through in a simple game. I'm going to go for 3-0 on this one, just as I say, a nice comfortable game. We don't need to go all out. We don't need to go crazy, score loads of goals. But just a nice, comfortable, routine 3-0 win. Get to the end of that game and then onwards onto the Man United game. So thank you for watching the Lowdown. My name has been Doug. This has been the Rangers channel. Do remember that every night is Rangers Journal night. Thank you.